morning. My name is Miss Faith Babu, and today I'm going to teach you how to take care of cotton fibers. Now let us start by defining what cotton fibers are. These are natural cellulosic fibers. This means that they are fibers that have been gotten or that have been acquired from animal or from the plants. They are fibers that have been acquired from plants. Cotton has a lot of characteristics. Let us look at some of these characteristics. Number one, it is comfortable. It has a comfortable, soft feel. This is why we use cotton in bedding. This is why you use it for items that we use to sleep on. It does not have luster, meaning it does not shine. And this is one characteristic that makes cotton a very durable item. Because it does not shine, it is a very dull item. The third characteristic is that it readily absorbs moisture, which makes it suitable for clothing. Now, because again it is a natural fiber, most people do not allergies for cotton, and it is very good for clothes that we wear because it is highly absorbent. The only clothes that are not necessarily made from cotton, these are exercising clothes, sport clothes, or game wear, because we stretch a lot when we are in those items. So the most appropriate fiber to make them is spandex fibers. The fourth characteristic, as you can see from the screen, is that it absorbs dyes readily. This is why you find cotton in very many different colors, because it easily absorbs in dye. It is machine washable and dry cleanable. That makes it very easy to take care of. It is stronger when wet than when dry. This is why we clean cotton using the friction method, because it is very strong when it is wet. It is hand-wearing and durable. You can keep cotton for a long period of time as long as you're taking care of it properly. It is very, very prone to creasing because it is a natural fiber. You're going to see later on that anytime we are ironing cotton, we use a very hot iron because it has very stubborn creases. So we use a very hot iron combined with moisture. It drapes well. Our next point is that it drapes well. This is why we use it for curtains, because it can stay draped. You can hang it. The method of drying as well is hanging or draping, whereby you use pegs and dry it under sunlight. It is easy to handle and sew if it is torn or require a button. Now again, since we said that it is a natural item, so it will be easily attacked by mildew when you leave it damp. It shrinks. It shrinks a lot. That is why we sunforize it. Sunforizing, this is a method of treatment that we do for cottons to ensure that they do not shrink, and all other fibers that are prone to shrinking. It rots due to long exposure to sunlight, and it is also a poor conductor of heat. Now let us look at the procedure we use when we are laundering cotton. Usually we begin by sorting. If they are the whites, the colored, and other fabrics they use, there are so many factors surrounding how we sort. So we sort first, and then we check to ensure that there's no torn parts, no missing buttons, and we turn the pockets to ensure that there's nothing that is in the pockets, and then remove the stains appropriately. When you're at this point, the first step is soaking. So we soak cotton in cold water with very little detergent. After soaking it, and the reason why we soak is to remove any soluble dirt. After soaking, we pre-wash in the soaking water. This means you wash a little bit in the water that you soaked in, and then you put it in hand hot. Hand, I am going to highlight. I am going to color what I mean by to color blue, what I mean hand hot. So it is your hand that measures the temperature in which you wash cotton, and we use friction method. So we continue using friction method until every dirt is removed from the fabric. And then the next step is that we rinse in warm, plain water. This is done severally until you ensure that you've removed every trace of soap and every trace of dirt. After we rinse, we usually final rinse in cold water, and the reason for final rinsing in cold water is to ensure that you refreshen the item. Now, cotton does not have static electricity, so you need not hand fabric conditioner. But if you want to improve the fragrance of the fabric, at this point or in your final rinsing water, this is where you add your fabric conditioner. And finally, we dry cottons under direct sunlight, and we use the draping method with pegs. That is all we're going to cover today. Thank you for listening.